Yes, yes, yes. Good afternoon, my people. Good afternoon. Much blessings, much blessings. Welcome back to the Big Picture Podcast. And we want to thank everyone for tuning in. It's a beautiful Saturday outside. And I hope everyone is having an awesome day. And, we're just happy to be here. We have a few topics that we want to talk about. We was just talking about the R. Kelly interview that was on yesterday. And it was very interesting, and I'm glad that people they got to see him speak for himself.
I'm not happy people got to see him speak for himself.
The two girls, I don't know, I don't really can't really say too much about that, but I just wish that they had a little bit more guidance coming up, when they came to men.
I mean, they both had two parents, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all we be talking about.
Yeah.
Daddy not there, so the girls run crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But what about when the daddy there and the girl run crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Both of those girls had daddies.
Yo, I was thinking about that on the way here, bro. I was like, I said, why?
So what if my daughter get crazy?
Nah. Like, why is it that woman, like, why is it that, like girls, like in high school, whatever, like, it was a thing for them to be attracted to older men. Like,
I think what it
that
is.
That was like the cool thing. It was like, it
was a very cool thing because, natural.
Mm-hmm.
It's nature, right?
So you 17, you 16 years old.
Some of them was 13. Some of them was 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we was in middle school. Yeah. We was in middle school and nice
so
cars
what
was pulling
see?
up.
Like what is it? With a couple of extra dollars, maybe.
It could be money. It could be it's the art of seduction, bro. Like when somebody got like a certain amount of fame, or a certain amount of like notoriety, or infamy, or money, or like.
But we talking about the regular Joe Schmo.
Yeah, but the regular Joe Schmo, sometimes they have certain levels, of love from the hood.
Yeah,
and that's seductive to people.
Yeah, that's the big shot in the hood.
Yeah, that's seductive. That's seductive. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even for a young girl that's 12, a dude that's broke and living with his moms could look like the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're 13, 14, like a broke dude could look like that dude.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know yet. So I mean, it was a thing. Right. I remember it being a thing.
All right. I want to give a big shout out. Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to the watch group, the positive black images that they never show you. All right, so
shout out to. Wait, hold on. What episode is this?
We on episode number 41.
Episode 41.
Yeah. This is nice. Episode 41. So I'm definitely happy about that. We've been very consistent with it,
rocking out,
and actually. I stand corrected. We're episode 42.
Oh,
we moving, man.
Damn, I just shared that, bro.
You just shared with on your IG or your
on Facebook.
Okay. It's all good though, man. Everybody makes mistakes.
Episode
so
42.
listen, this right now, we're just gonna take a couple of seconds to share it, and we're gonna play a little quick tune for a minute, and then we're gonna get right back to it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah. But let me share it real quick.
Let's share it out to the people.
To the people that we care about.
I don't really care about none of them. Yo, I'll be wilding, man. I love everybody. That shit is crazy. Like my you know what? What's my only problem? My heart is too big.
Woo.
Like R. Kelly.
Woo.
Nigga R. Kelly crazy. Nigga said his problem is his heart is too big.
Oh man.
You had so much love, you had to give it to a 12-year-old.
And
I don't want to sound like those people that just be shitting on R. Kelly, right? Because like I want people to understand that it is they're trying to take down black men. That's just like a basic thing. Like that's been happening. I'm talking about before slavery. You know what I mean? Like when people start to realize that there is a dominant race genetically, they gonna aim for that because that makes your race genetically inferior. So you could be wiped out. You could be washed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the Moors ruled Spain for 800 years and damn near washed away white blood, white Spanish blood. You know what I mean? Damn near. And then after the Moors wasn't running it no more, look what they did.
That's true.
Fucking Europeans went crazy.
That's true.
And this is where we are now. So it's like, yes, the black man is going to be on attack. Black people are going to be on attack, like in every aspect, every avenue. But the black man in particular will be targeted because it's just he's too powerful. If he's a leader and he leads 100,000 people, he's leading their thought process. And if he's not leading them to think like the status quo, that's a problem. That's 100,000 people. That's a problem for the government. So of course we always going to be on attack because of our genetic superiority, because of our power, because of our abilities. And just because, if they don't keep the system the way it is, they can't eat. So they got to eat. They eating off the fast food. They eating off the clothing. They eating off the rap music. They eating off the prisons. They eating.
Real.
So
It's
if they don't continue to do the things that they do, they can't eat.
Okay, so we in here.
But R. Kelly's sick.
Yeah,
Like,
he has
because I just don't want people.
What's up, my people?
I understand both sides. Like I feel like both sides are very important to understand. Like you have to understand that yes, there is a plan to make black men look bad. Like it can't be a coincidence that you go after Bill Cosby and put up like primetime specials. You go after R. Kelly and you got the Michael Jackson and you put up primetime specials, right? This is only reinforcing the stereotype that black men are sexually aggressive towards everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's reinforcing that whole narrative that we are like sexual predators. This is the Birth of a Nation narrative.
Yeah.
The first movie, not the Nat Turner, the original Birth of a Nation, like the Klan's fucking recruitment tape.
Yeah.
Like that's the rhetoric. They want people, they want white Americans, they want the world to think that black people or black men in particular are sex crazed.
Yeah.
And that, you know what I'm saying? So like this is part of it. This is part of it. Now, yeah, maybe these men may have been wrong. Cosby, Jackson, Kells, they may have all done wrong. But it's very convenient that you could do 2-hour specials. You bring in the biggest female black journalists to cover this shit.
Cover the joint.
Right?
Yeah,
you bring in Michael's best friend, Oprah, right? Like wasn't like,
how's that
in
work,
the
right?
90s, she talk about Michael like he's just and all of that. But now, and it's not that she's attacking him. She's just covering the story. But it's all about the imagery. It's all about the symbolism.
Yeah.
You got Oprah. Oprah's important to black people.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson's important to black people. So now you drive a wedge in between those who fuck with Mike, those who fuck with Oprah, those who don't fuck with Mike. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a lot.
Yeah, I saw part of an interview the other day, Taj Jackson, Michael Jackson's nephew. And he was saying how his uncle, like right before he died, how he was saying how the people who were the closest to him were saying that they're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me. And the reason why they was trying to kill him was because he owned all that publishing. He owned half of Sony.
Are you talking about Mike?
Yeah, MJ.
Oh yeah.
He owned half of Sony. So that's crazy, and I didn't know that Michael Jackson had that much power when it came to the publishing with Sony. I thought he just, owned, some stocks and what have you. This dude owned 50% of it. But Sony, they got their share back.
He started Sony Publishing with
ATV.
Yeah.
ATV. Yeah.
Like so.
And but see, I didn't know this, bro. I really didn't know this.
It's a lot of it. Like, listen, if
he owned the Beatles publishing.
If Frank
all that.
Ocean popped up dead, I wouldn't be surprised.
Why you say that?
Because he scammed the music industry too. Remember, he was with Def Jam before he dropped that last album, Blonde.
Okay.
And he dropped some bullshit like the night before.
Okay.
To finalize his Def Jam requirements, what he needed to, he had to put out 2 albums, 3 albums. So he put out some bullshit online.
Yeah.
It was trash.
Okay.
It was, I mean, not that it was trash. It was still music, but it was more so like a experimental piece. He put that shit out the day before, fulfilled his obligations with Def Jam, and then put another album out the next day on Apple exclusively. Yeah. So
wow.
Listen, I'm with it.
Yeah,
Fuck
you
the
with
system,
the shits.
B. Like I'm with the shits. Like figure it out. Prince figured it out.
Wow. Listen, if you people want to call in 929-227-4646. We're gonna be here and we're gonna be talking about some topics, a little bit of current events, and we have some underlying topics that we want to talk about also. But we got to touch base on, kind of what's trending.
Shout out to
topics.
shout out. I want to shout out real quick to the everybody on Facebook that plays NBA 2K and is in the NBA 2K group. Like shout out to them, man.
Okay.
Cause you know I get down with them sometimes, and we go on people's lives and we
Y'all get
shit on
busy.
them. We
Y'all get
wild out.
busy?
No, we troll the shit out of people.
You play Fortnite, bro?
No, I don't play Fortnite. I don't kill
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Imaginary, real life. I just
Yeah, I haven't played it
I
yet.
just stay away
I
from
haven't
it.
played it yet. I think I tried to download the app the other day. It didn't work out, so I said maybe it's just
I mean,
not
it's
for
better
me.
on the system than on your phone.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you that. Like, cause I mean,
was it on
you-
on
when
Sony
you ask-
PS4?
Yeah, PS4, Xbox. You
Whatever.
asked if I play Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite.
Okay.
I've played.
You've played it before.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Okay.
it comes out as high. I'm like, what is this?
Mhm.
You know, it's whatever though. I'm not really into shooting people. I had like almost an anxiety attack.
Mhm.
Like,
Ooh.
because it's like a battle royale, so it's 100
Mhm.
players, right?
Yeah.
And so you jump out of this van or whatever, you skydive,
Mhm.
and you get down on the ground and you collect weapons, and you know it's
Mhm.
it's war
Yeah.
once you get down there. But everybody for themselves.
Yeah.
So you know,
Wow.
It's-
Somebody just put a comment a little while ago. It says, "Black men are low hanging fruit. That's why they got them first." What the hell?
cool, man. Word. But we was talking about Fortnite. I feel you.
Yeah,
I
my bad.
respect it.
I was just
respect
like,
it.
I was just trying to. Abe
yeah.
Griggs.
Well, no, it's an easy target.
huh?
That's what they're saying. It's an easy
Oh,
target.
okay.
It's an easy
Okay.
target. Like it's the easiest thing to pick on.
Okay.
Yeah, like, no, you're absolutely
Wow.
right. You're absolutely right.
Wow.
But yeah, like, yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, I haven't played video games in like forever, dog. I haven't played. you know.
I play 2K all the time, bro.
Oh, yeah, cool. All right, caller, go ahead.
What up, caller? What's your name? Where you from?
What's going on? Thank you for calling Big Picture Podcast. What's your name? Where you from?
My name's Calvin. I'm from Florida.
Oh, okay. What's going on? Florida in the building. What part of Florida, bro?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. All right, cool. So we kind of just touched on the topic, finishing up a topic that we had from our last episode. On powerful black men. Is there a
Okay.
conspiracy against them? So we just kind of like brushing that off.
How
before
you
we
feel
finish.
about that? What
How
you
you
think
feel?
about it?
Okay, what was it again? I can't hear it clear. What was it?
Are
Is
talented black men being targeted? Talented
Oh, man,
/ powerful.
Yeah, that's definitely a topic that need to be touched on just a little bit more. But as black men as a whole, we got to realize like a lot of different things. Like they even tried to take over our music genre once because we wouldn't get on their music. So instead, what they did was now they're paying our musicians to act as mules. If you'll notice, every rapper is slow. Every rapper do codeine. Every rapper do cocaine. Every rapper smoke weed. And with them targeting us, with them targeting R. Kelly, I really don't feel that's possible. Why didn't they target Trump yet? What happened to Trump?
Exactly. What happened to
What
Weinstein?
happened
What
to
happened to
Robert
Woody
Pussy?
Allen?
What
Like it's a ton of them, and that's one of the biggest attacks is perception. When they take our music from us and they make sure that only certain artists can get seen, that builds the perception for the world. Hip hop is the biggest genre and it's been this way since the 80s, right? They don't want to say it was, but they knew it was. It's been the biggest genre since the 80s, early 90s. So if these images are shown to like black people who buy into hip hop, not who purchase it, because white people purchase the shit, we buy into the ideologies, right? They purchase it as like buying the National Geographic to get an idea of what's going on in our world, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if the record labels are putting us in front of them as caricatures of what they want to sell, you know what I mean? That's going to give the whole world the perception of who we are. So that's we're going to continue to be perpetually treated bad. You know what I'm saying? Besides the systematic racism, besides systemic shit,
Yes.
besides all the shit that's been built up into our laws. Besides that, personal opinions, people on the train with you, people that come across you. And I know we don't really give a fuck about how white people feel about us at this point in our lives, right? We really don't. But at the same time, we have to care what everybody feels about us because we have to protect our image.
Yeah.
We have to protect our brand because it's our culture.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So
how can we protect it and benefit off of our culture more than they are?
we have to stop fucking with them. Like the people, like us, like the consumers have to stop fucking with things that come through them. I know. I love the NFL. I love football. And I love watching football. I love playing football. And I understand people's argument that how can I boycott a league full of black men? How could they get paid?
Yeah.
I feel that argument, but bro, we got to just, if they not going to boycott, if the players ain't going to say fuck that I'm not playing, then we got to say fuck that we not watching. because
That's
it all
true. There you
comes
go.
down to viewership. And it's not about watching the NFL
Yeah.
because it's not just the NFL, it's the advertisement that pays the NFL. Because the advertisers are paying cash dollar, top dollar, to get these commercial spots to sell to us, right? So if they selling to us, you know what I mean, that we have the power because we have to buy the shit that they selling. If we stop buying it, change has to come. Has to.
Wow.
And that's all around the board. That's
it's
sports,
crazy
that's
you say
clothing,
that.
that's music, that's everything.
Yeah, it's crazy you say that
Yeah.
because it's kind of like with R. Kelly. Going back to that, this man couldn't pay his child. He's what 8 months behind on child support. They said $20,000 a month. Now remember, this whole R. Kelly mute R. Kelly thing happened 8-9 months ago, almost 10 months ago. So that's why this man couldn't pay his child support.
I mean, that's one of the reasons because if it's
That's
streaming,
one of
if
the reasons.
they say mute
The
R.
label
Kelly,
dropped him. The streams went down. So now the kids don't eat.
kids don't eat.
Yeah,
Fucked up.
yeah.
But they not
I
worried
can
about
tell you
that.
though,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
not.
what he done in his past is definitely coming back for us, freak ass.
Yeah, like yo, listen, man, and we have to take. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
But I'm gonna stick with him. Just because of the color of his skin.
Facts.
So I'm
That's
riding
facts.
for
I
Kelly.
love that shit.
That's
man.
facts. That's facts. But
Yeah,
you know what?
that's
But you know what's crazy?
That's that right there.
You know what's
B.
crazy though? even with that, we got to take
Facts.
accountability for
'Cause
each
we
other.
all fuck up.
We all
We
fuck
all
up.
fuck up.
Every single
We
one
rob
of us.
banks. We
Yeah.
rob people.
Yeah.
We do wild shit.
It is what it is. We punch bitches in the face. That happens
all the
sometimes.
time. Unfortunately.
It happens, but we have to like put arms around each other, and we got to find
Yeah.
Because
understanding.
listen, they get forgiven.
Yeah.
Yo,
Trump gets forgiven.
Trump gets forgiven every time.
Woody Allen
Yeah.
gets forgiven.
Harry Weinstein,
They
fucking
all been forgiven.
yeah. Yo, Charlie
Yeah.
Sheen was running around fucking
Oh
bitches
my God.
with AIDS.
Big time forgiven.
Nobody cares. Woody Allen married his stepdaughter. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you look, I'm not going to base this black excellence off of the white bullshit, right? I'm not going to say,
Yeah.
you got to look at them too. And yeah, it's fair. You should look at them too. But at the same time, we have to take accountability for how we carry ours, and we gotta do a lot of therapy and a lot of soul searching,
Yeah.
because a lot of this sexual misconduct is learned behavior from slavery.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
mutilated. We were sexually mutilated. So a lot of these behaviors are things that are in us. Just like a lot of the behaviors of the average white man is stuff that's it's genetic markers in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand, if you were raised and you had to survive in a cave and you have to wake up every morning and kill your food,
Yeah.
you're taking a life in order to eat.
Yeah.
So now you put yourself above everything. So you can't even put yourself in a communal kind of situation in a societal or civilized way with other people because you put yourself above them. That's European shit. That's not African shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
bro, we have to stop just following. I think our culture, we follow too much, man. We jump on the bandwagon. You see how quick our culture jumped on that freaking R. Kelly bandwagon just to
That's
bury
crazy,
this man, just so his kids can't eat?
Yo, we've been laughing at R. Kelly for a long time, God.
You
We've been
understand what I'm
laughing at it for a
saying?
long time, and that's just what
Yeah, that's
that's.
crazy.
It's
I mean,
fucked up.
we can't look bad if we stand for him. Oh, yo, you need help, but we standing with you, bro.
That's all it's about. It's about knowing
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we gotta be
That's
careful.
it.
We
Because
gotta be
mental
careful.
health is important, so we gotta
It is.
make sure that
Yeah,
the
man.
help is being given. Listen, bro,
That's the truth.
R.
That's
Kelly
true,
was
yeah, man.
molested, right? In childhood, he was molested by a family member. I was molested by a family member, and that family member just died last week. Like, she did what she did when I was a kid, right? And the crazy thing is, like, yo, that shit, it felt good at the time. I didn't know it was wrong necessarily.
Yeah.
Until you
That
get
shit
older,
fucked you up, man.
you see it's wrong. You like, damn, that shit fucked me up in a bunch of different ways. Like the
Yeah,
kind of chicks I like.
What did you never
You know what I'm
know?
saying? Like what how I feel in certain situations. It changed me. So, and when she died, I didn't even know how to act. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know whether to cry. I didn't know whether to feel sad or to feel vindicated or feel happy about it. But it's a family member. It's your aunt, so you can't really feel like, yo, I'm happy she died. Because you know, if you hold on to that, that's something that creates cancer. that kind of hate, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though someone does something to you that's heinous, you got to be able to get through it on your side.
Yeah.
It's not about them. After they do it to you, it's not about them because it's been done to you. So now you got to fix you.
How can I be better? How can I not let this define my character and who I am? And also, how can I not let this affect my children or anybody who I'm surrounded?
Absolutely.
Around,
Absolutely.
You know? Brother, what's your name again?
Well, if that's the case, what about with Oprah Winfrey doing the going at Michael Jackson?
Oh yeah, she wilding. But you know what that is?
That's crazy.
That's that level, man. When you in that level, you have to show that you're translucent.
Okay, let me ask you: is she going at MJ right now for what happened?
I mean,
back with Wade and all of them.
She could have denied doing the interview. Because that was so-called a friend, right? Now, when I watched it, and she said, and she's right, she's been talking about sexual abuse, especially for men.
Yeah,
like she's one of the people who expressed or exposed the whole sexual abuse of men a lot in the media. Oprah's responsible for that a lot. From the football player that played for the Jets, that father was sexually abusing him to like. She had a lot of shows about it. So I shout out to her for just bringing that out, having us have the conversation about molestation because men don't want to say shit to nobody. You know what I mean? So I appreciate her for doing that. But right now, she can't see it because she's living on a hill. But everybody who's living in the valley, you know what I mean? We see what it looks like. It looks like Oprah is a part of the attack. You know what I mean? That's what.
Did you see the interview with Steve Harvey and Monique?
You know what? I kind of I skipped on that one. I didn't even. I heard some of the little the little clips from what he said, and I was already good. I didn't want to. I mean, I love both of them for their art, but in today's society, since we're so connected to people's opinions and their personal shit, like you'll stop liking people's art because of who they are. So certain things I'm just not even gonna look at.
Wow.
Yeah, like
True.
Listen, my brother, have you subscribed to the YouTube channel?
Not yet, but I'm definitely gonna be working on it.
Yeah, definitely hit the search button, man.
Please do
Big Picture Podcast. We're on YouTube, and you can see all of the episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely will be. You're getting that subscribed soon, man.
Awesome, man. So you have any questions for us before we let you go, brother?
No, not really, man. Y'all basically just touched up on almost everything, man. It's definitely good that we got brothers out there that just passing on the energy and the vibe.
Man,
educating each other is the biggest thing that I really like about it.
And I'm glad that we have a brother. I'm glad that we have a brother like yourself who just because the media is trying to bury a black brother who's doing something positive, who made a mistake. I'm glad that you're not one of those brothers who just jumps on the bandwagon. Just jumps on the bandwagon and just to get a couple of more likes, et cetera, man. And just keep it up, man. Keep it up. And we're going to trust us that we will, continue to keep that energy,
content,
and keep it up, okay? All right, my brother.
Y'all, man. Y'all stay, man.
All right, take care, my brother.
All right, man. Peace.
Yeah, so this young lady, Giselle Miller. Hello, ma'am.
Hey, Giselle.
She just put up, but this is how they create the bib black man, Munster. Check out old anti-drug flyers.
Yeah.
1900s.
Yeah. Listen, they create the fear, man. As long as you got people in fear, you good. Like why we follow religion? Because we scared of dying, and we don't know. We can't even fathom like whether we going to hell or heaven. I don't want to die, so we follow some rules because we scared. Yeah. Like fear is the best way to control people.
Yeah, we can't be afraid. Yo, listen, shout out to
real talk. You think these white people are calling the cops for niggas barbecuing, or calling the cops for little girls selling water? You think they doing that shit like just to be assholes? Nah, it's not just to be assholes. It's partly because there's a fear, and that fear is what leads this attack. My brother.
My brother Magnetic in the building. Magnetic 54 is back in the building. Yeah, guy, what you saying, my boy?
Yeah, I mean it's an attack, bro. It's attacking. It's fear. It's fear. Like if they weren't scared, they wouldn't act the way they act. If they weren't scared, they wouldn't. They put a lot of work into holding people down, bro.
Yeah.
Like they put a lot of work. I mean, after the abolishment of slavery, they put a lot of effort into like stopping movements in many ways. Chemical warfare. They're the first people to bring forth the chemical warfare to their own people. Since we Americans, right? If we Americans. You know what I mean? So like that shit is like, it's fear. It's all fear. They scared.
Yeah. So my brother Magnetic, can you give us the math for today, my brother? Today's March 9th.
Today is March 9th. Yeah, today is born. It's a beautiful day. The day that Big got murdered. You know.
No. Today's his birthday.
Nah,
This is the day he got murdered.
They got murdered.
Died on March 9th.
Died on March 9th.
Showing
It's
died
the
on
greatest
March 9th.
rapper alive.
Yeah,
died on March 9th.
And that's, you know what's crazy? That's how I remember how he died.
The bar.
The line.
The
Who
bar.
did that line?
Oh, was it?
Cannabis.
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 Wow.
Never to be heard from again, but yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, because he was spitting that shit. I feel like anybody spitting that shit, they're going to get you out of here.
Nah,
unless,
LL got him out of here.
No. LL did not get him out of here. Not with them bars.
4, 3, 2, 1?
Nah. It's bigger forces at hand.
You heard that? That's 16.
It's bigger forces at hand, bro. It's
Oh,
bigger
yeah,
forces
okay,
at
yeah, I
hand.
mean, 'cause
you
shit
could
he was
lose.
talking.
You could lose a battle
Yeah.
and come back.
And
There
back.
are
That's
bigger
true.
forces
That's
at
true.
hand.
Yeah, you're
When
right,
somebody
you're right.
with the buzz of cannabis,
You're right.
cannabis buzz,
You're right.
and then it just fall apart.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with man, what's the anti-gangster nigga? Oh man, I can't think of his name. He used to have a beef with Joe Button. Saigon. Saigon.
What happened to Saigon?
Yeah, what you think happened to Saigon?
He had a reality show. He had all type of wild
Saigon
shit going
stuff,
on.
Dumbing down too.
Listen, man, he started dumbing down, got the reality show. I don't think he could take that shit.
Is he even on Instagram or what?
He don't need to be on none of this shit, man. That man is a smart brother.
Yeah,
he could be touching people's lives on a one-on-one basis because this industry is not gonna let.
Yeah.
The man came out with one magazine cover that said the Anti-Thug when 50 was big. 50 was big at the time.
Okay.
And one, I forgot the magazine, they put out like a article on the Anti-Thug, and he was just like, talking about it from a place of experience, but not glorifying it or not making every other line about, some gangsterism shit, but actually giving people perspective as to why you don't want to even step into that arena if you're not that person.
Yeah.
That's the realest shit you could ask for an MC. You know what I mean? That's come on. You know what I mean? Because you saving a lot of kids.
That's true.
If Saigon popped, right? You think there would have been a Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Nah.
No, because niggas would have learned.
Yeah, there'd been no space. There'd been no room.
Niggas would have learned.
There'd been no room for that.
And Tekashi would have just made music based on his personality.
There'd have been no room for that. Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody tuning in. Miss Yvonne Weber, Erica Dobson, LaShawn Smith.
Hey.
Denise Whittle just I'm gonna read Eric's comment. She said the fear is of them losing control because the country is turning black and brown. That makes them the minority.
Correction, the country is turning Latin brown.
Well, that's a fact. I mean, it's definitely going to be
the Bronx.
We are not going to be a minority any longer.
Well,
That's a proven fact.
We're not. But like, I just don't necessarily throw. I just don't always throw myself in the mix with brown people, right? And it's only because I know that certain brown people are allowed a certain level of representation that black people and other brown people aren't allowed to have. So when we throw the brown in with the black, and it's all power for all the people. Like, that's how I really feel, whites included, if you righteous, right? Because anybody who's righteous, I can't be against if I'm righteous.
Facts.
So it's really all power for all the people, but when they mix in with the brown and them Latins, man, them Latins claim brown, but they pass.
Yo, it's funny
A lot of them pass.
Yo, it's funny you say that, bruh. We was in class. I was in class the other day, and sometimes I love my Latin community, but sometimes when they speak about our African Americans, us, I feel like they talking down to us.
Yeah, of course.
And I had to really speak my mind. Let them know, like, hey, listen, yeah, we do. The white man does take from our culture and make money off of it. I said, but we make money off of their culture too. I said the whole mafia thing, Goodfellas, the whole gangster stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, we make money off.
We assimilate slightly.
Yeah. Like don't try to just throw us under the bus. Like, you know, like I just find that kind of odd, but it is what it is.
I mean, but yo, we gotta accept where right is right, because if we look at it, every bit of our culture is being exploited.
Hell yeah.
Everything we come up with.
Hell yeah.
Everything we come up with, you know what I mean? Like to the point where we don't even know what's a good bar anymore. When you hear somebody say, "Oh, that was hard. That was a bar." Usually it's about harming someone that looks like them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't know if people realize that shit or not. I don't know if anybody stepped back and was like, "Yo," but if I watch battle rap, I'm a battle rap fan. Like I'm a fanatic.
Yeah.
So like I watch battle rap, and my favorite battle rappers are not the gun bar niggas. But they have problems going against the gun bar niggas because everybody in the crowd, they want a gun bar. They want something that's like gory.
Ooh.
Or, like you know, and it's not even, some of them shits are not witty. Some of them shits are not like good similes or metaphors or anything. But it's a gun bar. And it's hard.
It's like niggas at war. Going to
Yeah,
war.
it's like, yo, like if you want to hear that rapidy rap shit, you're in the wrong place. I'm here for bars, gun bars, hard bars, struggle bars, real life bars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I dig that, you know, but nah. It's
Yeah,
not.
that
It's hurting
kind of
us.
it kind of segues into the topic that we kind of wanted to get in today. Emotions.
Emotions.
You know, the emotions. I think we getting enough.
Dave, you bleeding through.
Dave, you bleed through, bro. Yeah, so yeah. So the emotions of black boys and black men.
Very
You know,
important.
Like there's very important. They need to be controlled, because I think especially if they're not controlled at a young age, you know, it affects them as they, you know, mature, become teenagers, and then when they become men, you know, they just react off of emotions, and it can potentially, you know, they could mess up their career. They can be in jail. Anything can happen, you know. And I know you come across a lot of young brothers, you know, that should speak. Hey, you can use this.
Yes. Okay.
That you are dealing with, that you're working with, and a lot of times, a lot of the mistakes they made was they was reacting off of emotions.
No, I just had a conversation with a group of young men the past day. You know, I always like to say that women deal in emotions and men, we should deal with them, right? And I've also been told that emotion is energy in motion, right? And oftentimes nowadays, like the younger generation and even some older guys, we dealing in emotions and with them. Right, we've become the reverse polarity, and a lot of young men, you know, they're very emotional, and I don't want to place that just on the single parent household, right? But that plays a part. You know, it may play a part in what's being placed in the food. A lot of young men, you know, we have a lot of young black and Hispanic blacks, especially. I can only speak from the perspective that I know of because I'm black. You know, so I'm saying a lot of us have trust issues. We have black men who have ran in and out of our, you know, in and out of our houses. So, you know, couple that with narcotics, right? So now, you know, once the narcotics play a part in it, right? Your emotions, you're not even dealing rational.
Yeah.
And it seems like all of these emotional individuals run in the same pack, right? So I was telling a group of young men the other day, I said, if you're hanging around a group of emotional guys 7 days out the week, 6 days out the week, you're locked to go to prison. Why? Because we usually put the gun in the hand of the emotional one. Right? He's the one that doesn't.
He gonna pop.
He's the one that you don't want to have. You know, he's not going to take an opinion anymore. Right? You can't give him an opinion. And he's surrounded by a bunch of yes men, and they're going to say, "Well, did you hear what he just said?" And you know, he's going to react off of emotions, right? And respond and usually hurt somebody. And guns are usually in the hands of emotional fools.
Yeah.
So how do you talk the guns out of the hands of the emotional fool? You know, but there is no but. Basically, we have to be more proactive, right? As men, we shouldn't be afraid of our own people. We have to be more proactive and engage these men where they are at, right? Not talk at them, but talk to them, and understand that it's easy to say, man, you can get it together, but it's just not that easy.
It's not.
You know, I mean, there are a lot of mitigating circumstances, and then individuals come back to our neighborhoods, right, and they tell us, man, you can do it, but there's so many other mitigating circumstances that, yeah, every now and then one can, but I don't hold to the pull yourself up by the bootstraps. No, we need the whole, the economic system accountable. We need the whole collective embodiment, right? Because we're interdependent. So, you know, when you're dealing with young men or, you know, that are emotional, they've been scarred. You know, so when the last time black men actually have conversations outside of this arena? The podcast is like so beautiful, like you said, you know, even with the battle rap. People are bringing their pain
to the stage.
To the stage.
Yeah.
Why they not signed?
You know,
why they got
see that signing shit.
Not even,
we don't even need that because like, all right. So what they bringing their aggressions to the stage, their pain and their creativity and wit, and they're battling each other head to head. Once you get signed, like, you know, they're gonna try to take all the gun bars and put you in all the clothes and give you the video and then influence these kids to be like that, not to express themselves and go head to head. They're not influencing kids to express themselves and go head to head and debate like battle rap is. They want the kids to, like, you know, do the same old shit. So they don't need to be signed. You know what I mean? They need to stay in their arena for sure. For sure.
You know, and then, you know, let's just take us three right here. It says one out of every 3 African American men will go to prison. So if it's us three right here moving out, we have to ask ourselves which 2 of us are going to survive these numbers, because one of us is going, according to and these statistics.
According to statistics.
Yeah, but they're placing these statistics to be right because they're placing us in situations to make them right.
Facts.
You know, you don't just want to sound like the angry black or Hispanic man. Even like you say, you know, a lot of Latin brothers. No one wants to deal with the colonized. No one wants to align themselves with blackness, you know. And oftentimes we like to tend. I was just learning this in class the other day. You know, blackness is a social construct, right? But we all can define it differently, right? But a lot of times we define it out of struggle. And he said, it's almost like a crutch to just hold on to equate struggle with blackness, because what happens if the struggle ceases to exist, then how do you align blackness? Okay.
Yeah, you don't know how to be.
Yeah, I align it as we're always arriving. You know what I'm saying? We're always arriving. I learned this the past day, and this is dealing with emotions because I was raised by a mother, right? And my father was there, but he wasn't as hands-on as he could be. But there were men in the community. We're talking about still having a community. Yes. But post-crack era, right? I mean, we can talk about the problems. I like solution thinking. So let's get these young men and engage them where they're at, right? And we have to have something for them. We have to have a blueprint for their success. They don't even identify that they can be successful. So when they're interacting with each other, they don't even know that they're interacting with each other through emotions. This is just the language. This is just the language. But we know it's emotional because the mannerisms, you know, the high pitch, the octave in the octave in their voice, because we're dealing with acoustics, so we're dealing with sound, and the manner how it reverberates. Man, so beautiful being in New York City where you can say, "Yo, what's good?" You know, what's good has its own variation in everywhere. You can say what's good, and it takes on its own meaning. Yeah, you know,
what's good could be embrace. It could be a greeting, or it could be like, "What's good?"
What's good?
So you know, when we interact with these individuals, they're scared. Right? Because I see these young men when they go to, they don't even know what's presented to them. They don't know, right? And like Nas said, the gun gives us power, right? So when you take the gun away and they lock the door, now you're forcing young men, right, who were doing grown man things to relate to, like, yo, how do I find myself back to that innocence? A lot of us don't even know at what age we lost our innocence. Like, where can you be innocent? Now is even worse because the world is so perverted.
Yeah, the world is fucked.
Right?
Man.
You know, so where do we have spectrums and arenas for these type of dialogues? We have to rent out spaces like brothers rent out clubs. Man, we have to rent out these spaces and just bring them in. You know, and we just that's what we have to hold each other accountable to, and it doesn't happen overnight. But meet them where they at. You know, if they in front of the corner store, yo, meet them where they at. Why? Because the opposition is finding them where they at, and they flooding them with propaganda. And as I've stated before, propaganda has done more to a people than a gun or any weapon will ever do.
Yeah, because it works on your mind, so you can start hating yourself.
I saw something the other day. I'm not going to say where I saw it, but it was a Jewish book, right? It was more like a magazine-ish. And it was something that was created by the Jewish community in Brooklyn.
Williamsburg?
Yeah, Williamsburg. And in this book, it had Lost and Found. It had if someone was selling a camera or something like that. Jobs.
Classifieds. They had their own.
They have their
own publication.
Bruh.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think I spoke to someone who was sitting next to me, and I was like, yo, we need this in our community. I said, we need this in my community, because we have to have a sense of ownership. That way we can feel more better about ourselves. The little ones can feel, when they step out the house.
Empowerment.
Yeah.
I seen, I got, this is funny.
Let's go.
This ain't even funny, but I got on the train yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I seen a young queen, and she had a lot of children, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching how people were looking at her, right? She was serving her children. She was serving her children Capri Suns.
Oh yeah, talk to the mic.
Okay, she was serving her children Capri Suns,
Bring it closer.
and they were eating potato chips. Now, someone needs to share. Now, she was meeting her children probably where she could, because she had a lot of children on that train, right? Somebody needs to bring her a better attention, so that she can raise her children a little bit better. Not down in the
What did
system.
she do? I'm sorry. What?
Well, her kids were eating chips. It was about 6 of them, right?
and
She was
Capri
doing what she
Suns.
could
What
do.
time?
Yeah.
This was in the evening time, right?
Okay.
I
I hope it wasn't in the morning. That's
No,
fine.
it was in the evening time,
You
and
should
I'm
never
sure.
eat that shit.
Nah,
I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is, she probably was
Be
meeting
surprised.
them where she had to meet them with what she was able to do, right? And I was looking at people on the train, and I was almost like grilling them, like, you better not dare look down at this young sister for how she is and what she's doing, right? Because circumstances may have created her situation. She chose pro-choice, so she had all her children, but in her children are the answers to her prayers. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
That's the best part, because that's what children are. They're supposed to be the best part of the parents, so that they can carry forth, right?
Facts.
And then today, when I was on the train, I seen a young lady. She had a daughter, and she had dolls. She had a bag full of dolls coming from the toy store, and every doll she had was black. And I had to tell this young lady, I said, yo, I'm so proud of you, because just in that young lady, just in her daughter having an opportunity to see herself in those dolls, it will have a long-lasting effect.
Absolutely.
A long-lasting effect.
Absolutely.
We get,
Because they dress up the dolls. They,
Yeah,
they take care of them. They don't want to drop the doll.
yeah.
They don't want to.
Listen, we identify
You know?
with everything, right? So any movie that we watch, we find a character that we identify with personally.
Ain't that something?
Ourselves.
That's how we enjoy the show.
Ain't
So
that
people
something?
enjoy shows
Yeah.
based off of the character that we identify with.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, Santa Claus, whatever.
Yeah.
Barbie dolls,
Mm-hmm.
presidents.
Hmm.
If we don't see ourselves,
Or back sports. You
you know what I mean? Yeah, but senators. I don't even want to say sports. Senators,
Okay.
lawyers, judges. You know what I mean? If we don't see ourselves in positions, like as children, we don't think it's possible. You could tell us it's possible all you want.
That's
You
right.
could have told me I was gonna be the black president or whatever. But if I look into my history book and I'm flipping for 14 pages of white men, I don't see it. I don't
right.
see how it's possible. I mean, you could tell it to me every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't see it because our brains work off of repetition, and you can say it every day, but I need to see it
Facts.
because I won't believe your repetition.
Facts.
So I never believed when they said you could be a president. I never believed when they said, certain things. That's important. We need to be able to identify in everything that we enjoy.
And put it in their face. Hold. They say the keys to a good leader is he's accountable
Mm-hmm.
and he's responsible, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hold ourselves, make ourselves accountable, and present it to them. Like you said, it's not for every one J. Cole, you'll have another group of other MCs, right, or other rappers. It's not to the business of the music business for them to market us in the proper way, right? So you have Jay-Z and talking about doing things so that we can be more proactive, right? But he had to get to a certain standard to do that, right?
To even
but he came in the game independent, like he just said. I was watching on IG, and he said, Steve Jobs, he said, he got money, right? But you still bought you bought 9 iPhones. Steve Jobs is rich, right? Phil Knight got millions, and you still bought them kicks, right?
Still bought the kicks.
But when it comes to you and I, we always scrutinize each other, right? Because we have this in our heads, and it's just not going to come out. Like we don't believe or we don't hold to the fact that any good can come from black.
From us, yeah. Because as soon as he came up with Tidal, I ain't getting Tidal. Jay-Z got enough money. He ain't gonna get no more of mine.
Ain't that something?
That's crazy.
Ain't that something?
Because if we read a little bit deeper into it, we see that first of all, it's a family business, right?
Yeah.
So it's him and his wife. So it's not just about Jay-Z. It's Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's Blue. It's the rest of the kids. It's
facts.
And then he made artist partnership business motto. So it's not just 2 people at the top or this family at the top receiving all the benefits through Tidal. It's the artists who have ownership as well.
That's
in
right.
the partnership. So it's just things like that. We gotta like do some research.
This is just this right here. This is a beautiful setting where you can come and have dialogue and have people call in because we all don't agree.
Yeah.
But a lot of times though, what I come to realize?
Come on.
We argue tooth and nail with each other without the facts.
Yeah, we don't.
Or no. You know what? For real, we will argue. Man, mental enslavement is worse than physical enslavement. Enslavement. Now, physical enslavement hurts your body, shackles your body, but mental enslavement will have you self-contained. I won't even challenge anything, and I will defend the thoughts that have been given to me tooth and nail to the death. And that's what's going on a lot of times. Even within myself, I had to recognize, man, I'm arguing some points that was forced on me. How long in my subconscious did I hold to these thoughts, right? Who told me that black wasn't beautiful? Why should I have to be apologetic for being black, right? The Jews are not apologetic for not buying German cars. They don't have to be.
Yeah.
They know something was done to them. And I feel their pain because you have to be a cruel type of person, to know that, I'm going into this shower, right? And I'm about to go in here. And then they say, well, I'm looking for a family member. And they say, well, look over there up in that smoke. That's probably where your family member is at, right? And then you have all of us who have came through, our ancestors who have been enslaved and hurt themselves. And nowadays, we are so mentally indoctrinated that we defend thoughts that are not even of our own. Even like, I'm doing me. Well, where did that thought come from? Because we've never been a doing me type of people.
Yeah, that's that
We've
individualism.
always been a plural people. We've always been
Us.
together.
Ubuntu.
Exactly. We've
I
always
am
been,
because we are.
That's right, Marcus Garvey.
Yeah.
We've always been that. So oftentimes now I've come to realize that the gun to your head is your head.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the only gun that you holding to your head.
Yo,
your head.
It's a part in The Great Debate. It's one of my favorite movies, man.
Yo,
When
that is a beautiful
Denzel
movie.
steps up to homeboy. He was like, when you're on this college campus, on Wiley College, campus, every professor here is here to help you keep your righteous mind.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Everything outside is built and constructed for you to lose your natural born mind. But those teachers that was there to make sure that these kids kept their minds
Together.
Because listen, as soon as you get the mind,
Everything else
is gone.
So that is absolute. Once you take the mind, it's over with,
over.
right?
Is that the power in the black colleges? Like,
I mean, I think that's man.
It's all about the curriculum.
That's tough. That's tough because we remember we had a couple weeks ago we had Miss Giselle sit here and say she went to a black college and wasn't really satisfied with the black knowledge that she was supposed to be learning from the black college, right? And I'm like, damn, that's weird because most times I was a person that's against black colleges once I went to one because I realized I understood the history and I respect the history. You can't disrespect the history. You can't disrespect that Martin Luther King went to St. Aug or that, he went to Howard, or you can't disrespect that. These are great minds. These are great black minds. You cannot overlook that. But what it had become is something completely different. things change. The black colleges in the state that they're in now, because of redlining, because of just the discrimination, because, you know, the way the job market is set up. Like, we're held back in so many different ways. Alumni can't donate back, especially if the black colleges are working with the government loans.
Yeah, you got to be mindful, like, where you're taking your money from, you know.
Exactly.
But, where we're getting our money from. And it may be the curriculum, because a lot of, like, I frequent John Jay, and a lot of professors there that are teaching classes there, man, the information is so profound. Like, you know, just learning certain things about African history and just our history, and not just from downtrodden aspect, but I'm talking about a history where we were actually, man, you got Mansa Musa, you have all these great people, and it's not taught in schools, you know. So it's like, where do young people go? They have to go to Schomburg Center. They have to go to the Museum of Modern Art. They have to be in Brooklyn with cultural centers so that they can learn this stuff. But we have to share it with them and make it fun, just as much as we might want to take them to the movies. Take them on a trip where they can learn. Man, we in New York City. It's so much culture in this city.
Culture.
It's nothing.
We got a mile worth of museums, right in Spanish Harlem, pretty much down Madison, going straight down Madison.
Fact.
It's a mile worth, 20 New York City blocks worth of museums. We need to know that. Like, we all need to know that. I mean, like, we need to just really continue to, like, put out information. And I have a problem with Black Lives Matter because of that. Because I felt like I understand the phrase. Yeah, man, I love the phrase. But the work behind the phrase, it was like you're just trying to catch light from the fire of these events that's happening, and you're not making sure that our lives can matter 365 days. You know what I mean? Like, our lives shouldn't just matter when somebody gets shot. I mean, you shouldn't just ask for people to say your life matters when people get shot. There's things that we need to work on before these babies even get to 5 years old to improve black life.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, the prenatal care is bad. The early childhood development is bad because we have young people that are having babies who don't know and haven't read about these things, nor have they spoken to their aunts and grandmoms, because sometimes when you're young and you have a baby, you get cast aside by the family.
That's right.
So we need, it's a lot more that we need to do, and it needs to start early. It has to be while these mothers are pregnant, because you bringing a baby into the world, everything you teach it is going to retain. That's and you're the first teacher. The mother's the first teacher. The father's the second teacher. I mean, so we got to have these young parents, these young sexually active kids. We got to get them, you know, educated on how to raise a kid and how to bring a kid up. You know, early childhood development, teaching them how to read and write, arithmetic. You know what I mean? Things like that, just so they could be able to function in this world. And it's not so easy to label them, because we can't change the white supremacy.
Yeah,
that's not going to change, right?
A boycott is not going to change. Like,
you can't change the oppressor. You have,
let me ask you a question.
You have
not
to
to
change
cut you
yourself.
off. Is a boycott, that's a temporary action. That's not like a forever thing.
Yo, the Birmingham boycott lasted for a year and a few months, and it damn near crippled the bus company. Okay. And so they got results.
Yeah.
That's what a boycott is.
Okay.
You don't use it until you get the result that you're looking for.
Yeah.
If you fucking with us on the bus, we ain't gonna use your bus.
So hypothetically speaking, the Gucci thing, right? People were downtown boycotting. We don't hear or care about it anymore.
Well, see, with Gucci, it's never gonna be like a one-prong approach in this day and age, because it's too much. We got the internet, we got real life, we got the streets, right? Like, we got the streets, we got, you know what I'm saying? Because we got some places in Harlem, in the Bronx, in Brooklyn, that's the streets. And then we got some places in those places that's just, you know, the area. You know what I mean? The shopping centers, the parts that's not, that's not run down. And then you got the internet. So we got to have a three-prong attack.
Yeah.
It's not just about not wearing it or not buying it, because most of us can't afford it, right? It's about getting to the rappers to stop endorsing it. Rappers stop buying it, stop making songs about it, stop wearing it in the videos. Stop using it as a fashion standard, you know what I'm saying, or a status symbol. Because you get Gucci, you like, I got money. My shirt was $275. Who got $275 to buy a shirt, right? So you feel elevated because of that. Like, we have to approach it in a real way.
You know why I'm going with this, because you do feel. I mean,
it's over. Nobody
I'm just
cares.
saying. I know, but you do know there are like racist executives in these companies, right?
Yeah.
So for a second, would you ever think that they do these kind of things on purpose,
Yes.
just so they can get some type of
Trolling is a
acknowledgement,
thing,
at
bro.
its highest right now.
Trolling
Yeah.
is a thing.
At its highest.
We got a president that trolled his way. I'm talking about before his campaign. All that Obama birth certificate shit, that's a troll. That's trolling people who would believe in you. That's like throwing something out there to see if, like, who gonna ride with me. Like, I'm gonna just say some shit. Like, I get online right now and be like, yo, I'm gay. How many people gonna like it? Let me see why they liked it. Let me see who liked it, why they liked it. Because I said that. And now I can play on those people and take those people with me somewhere else. Because they now invested into the troll I just put out. The president did it. Kanye did it. They do it to sell shit. H&M did it. They did it.
Oh yeah.
3 days later, it was 80% off. Who not gonna go 80% off on shit that's already like $40? Like shit. I get it for $10, $20 on a T-shirt. So these are all games. It's like that's propaganda, advertisement, marketing.
And as soon as it
all
happens,
that shit is the devil.
whole bunch of we not going there. We not buying this. We did it.
We wasn't buying it anyway.
like-
we buying into it as a luxury brand. When why? Is it really a luxury brand? What is it? What has it done? What makes it a luxury brand? Who told us that? As black people, we can't get our opinions solely from the dominant society. Because if we get our opinions from the dominant society, they also have opinions about us that we're gonna start living on.
And believing.
And look at us. Look at us. We don't think we could be smart.
Yeah,
we don't think we could be paid. We don't think we could actually be successful. Everything comes with some old kind of caveat when it's a black person. It's like, oh, he doing it, but he got it like this. Or he got it like that. You might be fronting. Like, it's always something with us that we don't believe in ourselves.
Yeah, before we wrap this episode up, Dave, let's get the YouTube channel up on the screen because we're going to... Yes. Everyone, I want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, okay? Everyone subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have all... Yes. Big Picture Podcast is on YouTube. That's where you will see all of the episodes, okay? For all of this awesome, great content that we need more of. Okay, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. All right. So we spoke about some good topics today, and we will be back for episode 42. Okay.
Nah, 43.
Yeah. 43.
43. Yeah, we almost had a
43.
year, bro. We gotta do something big.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be
Wow.
back for episode 43. And you guys, y'all can stay where y'all at, or just you'll get a notification. Okay. Peace out.
we'll be right
One
back.
love, no doubt.
Be right
Peace.
back.